It's been more than 3 years since the death of 10-year-old Breasia Terrell of Davenport.
Yeah, the trial for her accused killer expected to get underway in Cedar Rapids tomorrow. News 8's Joe McCoy joins us with a timeline of this tragic case. It's our top story at 6. Good evening, Joe.
Good evening, John. That trial has been pushed back multiple times, and it will finally get underway tomorrow. In July 2020, 10-year-old Breasia Terrell was announced missing by police. Her body found 9 months later. And now finally, her accused killer's trial is about to start. July 10th, 2020 was the last time Breasia Terrell was seen alive. She and her half-brother had stayed the night with Henry Dinkins and his girlfriend at their Davenport apartment. Dinkins had a son with Breasia's mother, Aisha Langford. After days of searching, police named Henry Dinkins a person of interest. Dozens of people looked for weeks to no avail.
Perfect.
Breasia's mother doing everything she could to get the word out.
I had to go home yesterday without a baby, and I'd be damned if I go home again without one. Something, anything can help. And her picture is everywhere, you know, and nobody has called and came forward on nothing.
After 9 agonizing months for Breasia's family, fishermen found the remains of the 10-year-old girl in a pond near DeWitt, Iowa. Community members were heartbroken.
We will continue to pray for them, and we will continue to think about her probably every day for the next months and years, just because it's just a tragedy.
In May 2021, Scott County charged Henry Dinkins with first-degree murder and first-degree kidnapping. Dinkins pled not guilty. Since then, the trial has been delayed twice, moved from Scott to Linn County due to pretrial publicity, and Dinkins changed lawyers following a breakdown of the attorney-client relationship.
It's a pretty loud.
Finally, over 3 years since Breasia went missing, Dinkins' fate will be in the hands of a jury. And jury selection is set to begin tomorrow. According to court documents, John, over 150 witnesses are listed by the state and defense combined.
All right, thanks, Joe. The trial is expected to take 5 weeks. If convicted, Dinkins could face life in prison. News 8 of...
Now to some breaking news on day 1 of Henry Dinkins' trial. He is the man charged in the death of 10-year-old Breasia Terrell of Davenport. This morning, he has waived his right to a jury trial. TV6's Jenna Jackson is live at the courthouse right now. Jenna, we've also learned that the trial could be moving.
Yeah, Morgan, kind of a surprising morning here. You know, I sat in jury selection here at the Linn County Courthouse, Linn County, because they decided to change the venue from the Scott County Courthouse to here in Cedar Rapids at Linn County, where Judge Latham came into the courtroom, in the overflow courtroom. They had about 300 potential jurors. 2 hours after jury selection was supposed to begin, saying that Henry Dinkins decided to waive his right to a jury trial. That trial will now be a bench trial in front of Judge Latham, and that will happen back in Scott County. That is slated at this point to start on Thursday at about 9 a.m. They will say at 9 a.m. they will start with some of those motions that we've heard that both the prosecution and the defense have filed, and then that testimony is set to begin around the noon hour. So again, kind of a surprising moment here in Linn County. You can see the potential jurors in the room were quite pleased to know that they would not have to sit here through several days, because that jury selection was slated to take a couple of days. As you can imagine, this is a big case and there's a lot of different moving parts to it. But at this time, Morgan, what we know is that he will have a bench trial, and that will happen back in Scott County. For now, reporting live in Linn County, I'm Jenna Jackson, KWQC TV6 News.
Great, Jenna, thank you. Huge turn of events there. And we're going to take a quick look at the timeline leading up to the start of this trial. Breasia was first reported missing by her mother in July of 2020 after the child had stayed with Henry Dinkins in his apartment. He was identified as a person of interest by police days later. In March of 2021, human remains were found in a wooded area near DeWitt, later confirmed to be Breasia. Dinkins was officially charged with first-degree murder and kidnapping in May of 2021. Of course, Jenna was in the courtroom for us today, has all that information about the bench trial starting up again. What seems to be Thursday morning, we will be in court for that as well.